Likely, we don't know. It's not certain. We are expecting to hear today from Kyle Shanahan the likes of Tatum Bethune, Eric Kendricks, Sam Okuwanu, Yetur Gross-Matos. And it's going to be a big one because with Jonathan Taylor being what he is, even though his numbers have dipped over the past couple of weeks, but with no run threat from the quarterback, this could be a get-right game for the defense once again.
And don't forget about Jordan Elliott as well. It needs to be a get-right game for the defense because of the threat of Jonathan Taylor. And yes, Jonathan Taylor, if you look at his numbers, last 4 games, he has not performed nearly to the standard that we got used to from Taylor at the beginning of the season. Jonathan Taylor has not gone over 100 yards in his last 4 games. But let's be fair to Jonathan Taylor. Yes, losing Daniel Jones was a big part of that, but they also ran into Kansas City, which at the time, still a good football team, good defensively. Houston, the best defense in football. Jacksonville, and Seattle. Those are 4 really good defenses. The Niners have to play like those defenses did against Jonathan Taylor, and getting those bodies back, as you mentioned, Bethune, Okuwanu, Yetur Gross-Matos, and adding Kendricks into the mix will definitely help the Niners as they try to put together a run defense that is one you can rely on here. This game, the Bears game, the upcoming Seattle game, that may be for a lot of marbles, and then however long they go in the playoffs. I look back at the last time the Niners were really good against the run, against a premier running back. It was against Atlanta, and Bijan Robinson held them to under 3 yards a carry. Why? The defensive line was stout, and the tackling on the edges was outstanding, and the Niners took away the backside cutback that Bijan Robinson likes, and Jonathan Taylor is a similar running back. That, to me, is what they have to get back to if they're going to keep Taylor at bay and put it on Phillip Rivers, which I think the Niners would prefer that happen.
Yeah, I guess there's a couple of things to dissect from the defense and what this team might need on Monday. It's a very different proposition, Matt, from Rod, from what they had the last 3 weeks, where they were hunting down or at least trying to contain mobile quarterbacks or more mobile quarterbacks in Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, right? And then Bryce Young the previous week. But this is a different animal. This is someone whose mind you're trying to combat, not his body. So if that's the case, and we do know the outside zone scheme that the Colts like to run with Jonathan Taylor, what do you see as the most efficient game plan for the defense to try to annul or stifle this Colts offense?
So, again, to me, it gets to making sure Jonathan Taylor does not get 4 or 5 yards on first down and puts then the Colts into second and short, second and manageable, third and short, third and manageable. Stopping the run on first and second down, to me, is paramount. And when it comes to Phillip Rivers, he just watched an interview with him from a little while ago. I'm paraphrasing here, but he said he'd been in this game for a long time. Even though he hasn't played.
And out of it, too.
Right, exactly. But he didn't see anything against that Seahawks defense last week, a really good defense. He didn't see anything that surprised him or shocked him.
And he's back.
I do think Robert Saleh is going to see if he could throw some things at Phillip Rivers that he's not necessarily used to. But to me, this is just straight-up big boy football. The Niners got beat at the line of scrimmage, got beat at the point of attack as far as their defensive line is concerned over the last 3 weeks. That has to stop on Monday. You've got to get much better tackling on the outside. The Niners missed 11 tackles last week. And I think as far as coverage, if you bring somebody down to help with the run game, to help stop Jonathan Taylor, then it's got to be man coverage on the end, on the edges with Green and Diamador Lenore. To me, there shouldn't be a lot of tricks. There shouldn't be a lot of, let's see if we can come up with something that Phillip Rivers hasn't seen. To me, it's got to be straight up one-on-one. You got that cat, I got that cat football, and the Niners are just going to have to play it that way.
This morning on KNBR, Matt, I heard Tim Ryan say that the plan should be different on Monday, that we just saw the 49er defensive line try to contain mobile quarterbacks. But he thinks that this time it should be different. It should be everyone's got two-way go. Everyone's got the green light to go hunt the quarterback because he ain't going anywhere. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, I do. yeah, he's not going to run away from anybody. You know, there always used to be this saying, remember the old timers days in baseball, where the guys who are, 5-10 years out of the game would play a baseball game before, a regular major league game. And there would always be the guy out there, you'd look out there and you'd see like Vita Blue, and you go, man, he looks like he could still play. Nobody was looking at Phillip Rivers last week and saying, man, it looks like he could still play. He doesn't look like he could still play. He's got the spare tire,
noodle arm.
Yeah, and they need to go after him, and he is going to be all about self-preservation. He's going to want to get the ball out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this is a game, and you don't often hear people say this, but this is a game where pass rush lanes probably don't mean anything. Go after him. He's going to get the ball out so quickly anyway. The only way you can hope to disrupt him is just to get a hand in his face and push the pocket and go for it. So yeah, I do think that is different than how they would have approached any number of the young guys that they faced recently.